Hi guys, I hope you are doing well. In this session we're gonna work on another practice. Let's check it out. The image here, we got the north view of the building and also the entry that we're gonna sketch the lines. Let us check the others. And the building, which we got it at the right side of the screen, contains three types of plans, type 1, 2 and 3. For sketching or drawing this project, we should use these three types of plans. Here we got the plan of the type 1, type 2 and the type 3. In each of them we got multiple levels. Here if we look at the types closely, we can sketch the type 1 and 3 by imitating from type 2. For instance, if we trim or emit some parts from the type 2, we'll have the type 3. Or if we trim some parts and then using mirror, this will be the result. We're gonna start from the plan of type 2. So here in Rhino, and in default layer is activated, I wanna import the image of the plan of the second type into Rhino. Actually the scale does not matter that much, since later we can scale the whole building. I place it right here anyway, or for example here, in which we don't have the grid lines under or beneath it. I select it, then in properties I wanna reduce the transparency by this way, and then I lock it by Ctrl L. It's better to sketch each of the levels lines in separate layers. For instance, as we are working on the second type plan, I activate the layer of O2. I set it as default layer and I want to sketch the lines here, and at this layer I double click, or I set the default layer to 2. Let's sketch the lines. I pick the straight line by this way at first, starting from the straight lines like this. Check this out. I continue till here, then the other straight lines. Check this out. However, we should exceed it or extend it actually. I want to teach you how to detect clashes here. I sketch other lines. I enable the smart track, since I need parallel lines by this way. Well done. But for sketching the blend, the curve, as you're concerned, we should use blend CRV. Check it out. Here you may want to use curvature continuity to sharpen the curve. Check this out. Or even you can choose tangency and then hold down shift to move the control points for adjusting the sharpness of the curve. But it is not matched with the image because we should extend the straight line. Check this out. So just in case if the curve wasn't accurately sketched, you can check out your straight lines to trim them or extend them. And then again blend CRV or curve. You can either use curvature or tangency by this way. You can hold down shift and then move the control points manually to adjust the curveness. And then here I create the curve. However, it may be needed to adjust the curves separately. Just for one of the sides, not symmetrically. Check it out, it is okay. What about the other parts? Here you may want to use an arc. Let's check it out, let's try. Without using blend curve. Since here the curve, we can't have it by using an arc. But if I use the blend curve, check this out. Then you need to hold down shift and then move the control points and then overlap the curve with the image by this way. Okay, so right now the plan of the type 2 is completed. But here if I want to sketch the type 1 plan, we do not need the image, since we can sketch it by imitating from the type 2. But we need to copy the lines of this level, then we can go for the type 1. I select them and then I make a copy. Check this out. Select Ctrl C, copy to clipboard, and then Ctrl V to paste. What has happened? Yes, exactly. They are overlapping each other on each other. Right now, a set of lines are selected, but be careful not to deselect them. So while the lines are selected, you should modify the layers and then associate them to layer 1. So we're gonna sketch the type 1 plan at the another level layer. Actually, I modified the layer by a copy and paste. So right now we got two versions of lines in both layers of 1 and 2, as you can see. Then in the continuation, I set layer 1 as default and I turn off the layer 2. Here we got the red lines. Then according to the image or the photo, we're gonna sketch the type 1 plan. Let us check the image. Look, as you can see, we got a straight line from the bottom parts of the stairs. Let's check it out. Here I pick the polyline in the layer of 1, then from here or from bottom of the stairs I hold down shift to restrict it and sketch the straight line. Then I should trim the extra parts. Explode. I remove these. I don't need it. But what about these two? How can I connect these two to each other? Yes, of course we connect them. Check this out. I connect them to each other. Here we can trim the extra parts or connect them, does that matter? But what about the bottom part? Let's check it out. Here from the end of the stairs, as you can see, or from the A cell, we got a straight line. Again, back to Rhino. I pick the polyline. Let me specify the position that I want to sketch. I sketch the perpendicular line. Then I need to connect these two lines with each other. CON, connect. Check this out by this way and then I trim the extra parts like this. Well done. So the layer 1 is completed and the type 1 is done. Then we're gonna sketch the type 3. I set layer 3 as the default layer. I turn off 1. Again, I turn on 2 to make a copy. Since I have considered the layer 2 as the basic plan. Control C, then Control V, but be careful not to deselect the lines. Then I associate the selected lines to the layer 3. Check this out. And then I turn off layer 2. Check this out. Then here I should check the image or the photo of the plan type 3. Let's check it out. As you can see, we need to trim some parts and then mirror the parts from the middle line. So here in Rhino, I explode these lines at first. Then I trim some parts as I told you before. I mirror it at the other side from the middle point. Check this out. By this way. Well done. Let me turn on the layers, layer 2 and also 1. And since they have been associated to different layers, we don't have any challenges or difficulties for selecting them. Right now we do not need the image, we can remove it, Alt Control L and then remove the image. Then if I turn on the layers, check this out. For instance, if I want to move the layer 2, right click, select objects, I move them. For example, for layer 3, right click, then select objects, and then I can move it to upwards by this way. Well done. Let's go for the extrusion stage. So here in the front view, by this way, I join these lines with each other by this way, and then at the size of the depth of the louvers, let me show you the photos. Check this out. As you can see, I'm gonna offset them. I start the command of offset, and the approximate value would be nearly, for example, this. Well done. Then I adjust the layer 1 in order to place it at the same layer. But when you use offset through points, then your adjusted distance will be specified for the Next, offsets through points, as you can see. So do not modify the distance. Check this out. The previous value is assigned for it. At first join them, and then at the specified value for distance, you can offset them by this way. I offset them at the same distance. By this way, let me adjust the layer 2. Well done. Then we're gonna extrude them and then duplicate them. I select these 3 plans and then I extrude them. Check this out. And if we check out the image, as you can see, they are really thin. For extrusion distance, not 0.1. Check this out. I extrude them by this way. Well done. After that, we're gonna arrange them by using array command. Well done. Let us check the photo again. For example, the first level we got 8 as number, and about the distances between each of the lines we can consider 40 centimeters. I select it and then I start the command of array linear 8 F8 not 0.4 as the distance, and then finish. Well done. I move, and then for the next one I enable project in planar. Watch this. I place this here, and then at the size of 40 centimeters I move it by this length to place it in an accurate position. Let us check it in the 3D view, since we may have some mistakes or whatever. Well done, let us go on. And for this level, as you can see, for the next level, as we had 8 copies for the first level, we're gonna have 16 for the second one. 16 or 20, whatever you want. 16 as number of items, and then array not 0.4 for the distance. Well done. I select this and then I move it to place it right here by this way to match 50 another one, and then I move it at the length of 40 centimeters upwards. And then for the next level we will have 24 items, since at each of the levels we got 8. Array linear 24 as the number, not 0.4 as the distance. Well done. Check this out. In the rendered viewport, this is the main building, which was placed at the right side of the image or photo. But about the left one, which it is a rectangle, and we can sketch it in a much more easier process that I don't wanna put time on it, since it is a simple rectangle and you can do it yourself. But in the continuation I'm gonna create the entry, which is simple too. So let's check it out. As I told you before, in the analysis stage we should look for these straight lines. We got 2 parallel lines, one here. We got 2 horizontal and vertical lines. Let's see by this way. I get back to Rhino. Let me set the default layer. Then I want to sketch the lines. I turn off Smart Track. I move it. Let's check it out. At this distance, move. Let's check out the photo again. These 2 lines are approximately parallel to each other. Let me check it out from the top view. Wait for a second, please. I wanna find the top view. Here it is. Check this out. As you can see. So I remove these, and then I select these 2 lines to move them upwards. Since they are placed at the top of the building, I make a copy from this like this, and we can adjust the distances as well. And then what is left is a blend curve. I start the command of blend curve. I select the curves to blend them. Check this out. By this way, like this, we can blend them. That in the future sessions, you'll learn the extruding these geometries too, which is very simple. I mean, we will talk about sweep rail and others for having masses and surfaces. Guys, don't forget to practice and take notes. Try to sketch the project by your own.